Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaqat Zaman and I am going to be teaching you guys Sarf. So Sarf is basically the Arabic science of verbs. So if I explain it with a pen and a paper, so basically in Arabic you have something which is known as nouns, right? Nouns. You guys can see that, and you have verbs. Okay, let me try and another pen here. You have verbs, okay, and you have particles. So verbs is what we study in Sarf, the science of Sarf. Now, when we study Sarf, some of the most important things we have to understand is verbs follow patterns. Okay, so there are specific patterns that verbs follow. So you have verbs are of three types. You have past, and you have present, present and future. So present and future is basically the same ones, and you have commands. So hopefully, inshallah, in this series we are going to be learning about these verbs. So if I start off with the present and future verbs, I will show you a very nice new way of how I'm going to explain this. So what we need is some letters. So what I've done is, let me just move this out of the way. Right, so I've got some letters over here. I've printed these out. Right, so you need to print these out as well. So what I can do is I can leave a link in the description for these. You can print these out, inshallah, and then we can basically have a go at this. So I'm going to cut these out now. You guys can watch me, inshallah, cut these out. Okay, so as I am cutting these out, I basically studied classical way of learning Sarf, which was you had to do loads of memorization, loads of rules you had to memorize, and as you know, I always like to try and come out with a new way of doing things. So I thought to myself, you know what, I'm sure there must be an easy way, a fun way of learning Sarf, and I've been thinking about this way. It might work, might not work, who knows, but it's good to give it a go. Yeah, we won't know until we try. So what you guys need to do is basically, right, you need to cut these out. Okay, so you cut them. Now we need basically a set of three sets of alphabet. Yeah, so as you can see here, these are the letters of the alphabet. So we need three sets, so three sets of alphabet, right? So you can cut those out in your own time. So I'm going to move this to the side. Right, so the way this basically works is the Arabic language, right, has it's based upon 3 letters. So you're always going to have these 3 letters, right? So for example, let's take the word for drinking. So the word for drinking is made up of 3 letters. Here you got one of them, sheen, and let's take another one. You got ra, in this order, sheen, ra, right? And you got where's ba? Okay, find ba. Okay, here's ba. So you got ba over here. Right, so these 3 letters are basically the 3 letters that make up all words in Arabic that are to do with drinking. Shariba, they'll have these 3 letters in there. So when I said to you guys about patterns, what I basically meant was that you just have to figure out a pattern, and you take the 3 letters and you put it in that pattern and you get your meaning. So let me just show you guys. So let's make a present verb now. So in a present verb, you need letters at the beginning. You always need a specific letter at the beginning. And that letter at the beginning, let me just get rid of these, is going to be one of these, right? So we need to cut one of these out. So I'll leave one of these as well in the description as well. So it's basically ya, ta, hamza, and nun. Right, so I'm going to cut these out. And if you don't like cutting, then you can use one of those guillotine things. Yeah. You know, no pain, no gain. So you're going to have to do some cutting somewhere. All right, so here you go. Get rid of those. And then you got this. All right, there. And there. Okay, so let's say, for instance, let's start off with shariba. So you got shariba, yeah? Shariba means to drink. Now, if you want to say, so you're only going to be using one of these 4. Yeah, one of these 4. All right. So you guys can see this. And I'm doing this a bit down. All right, so there. So you are only going to be using one of these at the beginning. So shariba, it means to drink. Now, if you want to say he is drinking, you put a ya at the beginning. So ya means he. So any verb in Arabic where you're saying he, you know, third person, he, ya, and then sheen and ra and ba. So this basically means he is drinking, right? So in Arabic, you would basically say yashrabu, yashrabu, okay, yashrabu. In fact, the vowels are another thing which you need to learn as well. So I'll just show you guys the vowels that will appear on here. So if I put these onto here, I can actually draw the vowels on. Ideally, I'm going to try to get some cutouts for some vowels as well, so you guys can learn that as well. Right, so but here, as you can see, so you got shariba, yeah. Now, if I take this pen, right, and I put over here, yash ra bu, okay, yash ra bu. So yashrabu means he is drinking now. Now, if I want to say I am drinking, I just replace this ya, get rid of this ya, put it over there, and I can use this hamza. Put this hamza here, and ashrabu means I am drinking. So hamza at the beginning means I. And then if you replace that and you put a noon there, noon means we. So when you have a noon at the beginning, it actually means we are drinking, right? So we are drinking, that's for noon, okay? And then if you want to say you or she even, so you and she basically have the same beginning letter. So they have a ta, it's ta. So tashrabu, it means you, like you're speaking to a man or a woman, and you know, she, tashrabu. So that's basically the first thing that you learn when you're learning sarf, right? Present verb is you need to take any root letters. I can take any root letters here. I mean, here I've used shariba, which means drink. So if I said to you, what does tashrabu mean? You're going to say, you drink, you are drinking, or she is drinking. If I say yashrabu, what does yashrabu mean? It means he is drinking. Yashrabu, he is drinking. If I say nashrabu, what does that mean? So nashrabu means we are drinking. And if I replace this with hamza, and I say ashrabu. Ashrabu means I am drinking. So you have to have basically one of these four in a present verb. Beginning of a present verb, you must have one of these. So these are the beginning now, right? Now you can use this with any verb. Let's make another verb then, right? So let's make another verb. Let's say, should we say write? Okay, let's look for. So if you guys know the verb for write, let me know. So ka. Okay, and we've got ta. And we've got, so let's have ba. Okay, ba, we've used the ba, haven't we? Okay, so ba. Let's use the ba over there. So kataba, right? If I put a ya at the beginning, what does that mean? It means he is writing. Right, you can put the vowels on here as well. Yak, tu, bu. Now you notice they're slightly different here. So if I get a pen to highlight this, you guys can see, right, the difference. So this one has a fatha there, and this one has a dhamma there. All right, right. So that one has a fatha, that one has a dhamma there. Okay, so let's move this hairs out of the way. Okay, so that has a fatha, that has a dhamma, but it means the same thing as we said before. If you put a ya at the beginning, it means he is writing. He is writing. Now, if I was to replace this and say aktubu, that means I am writing. Okay, I am writing. And if I was to replace this with naktubu, it means we are writing. We are writing. And if I replace it with ta, it means you or she is writing. So these are kind of like things that you have to remember. You have to remember several things. You'll have to remember the root letters, what they mean. You have to remember to place one of these relevant ones at the beginning. And you'll have to know the vowels. And that's, you're going to pick those up. The vowels you pick up as you go along. Right? So you pick this up. So this is the first lesson that you need to understand about this. All right? Which is the adding or the removal, changing of one of these. And you can use it for lots of things. I mean, another word which just came to mind now is to hear. Actually, no, we actually do. What else can we do? Okay, let's do to hit, the famous one. To hit, right? So we need a dot. Let's move that up there. Put a dot there. Let's put a yadribu. Where's the ra? Okay, ra's over here. Everywhere else. And a ba. Okay, ba's over here. Right. So darb, it means to hit or strike, yeah? So if I was to put a ya at the beginning, let's put a ya there. Right, what do you get? Yadribu. So the vowels on here are like this. Yadribu. So can you see that? Okay, you can see that. So okay, so this one is with a fatha there. And notice it's only the middle one that really changes. That's the middle, yeah? That's the only one that really changes. Okay, this doesn't really change. This doesn't really change. So you got like this pattern, yadribu. Okay, there's like six. There's like yadribu. There's like three basically possibilities of what this could be. It could either be fatha, dhamma, or kasra. That's the only three possibilities. But this can change. Obviously, you can have a combination. If you want to say you are drinking water, or she is drinking water, or she is hitting. Sorry, you are hitting or she is hitting. You use the ta, and for we, you use na, and for I, you use a. Right, and there you have it. That's basically the first step of learning about present verbs in the Arabic language. So what did we learn today? So we learned, let's get this paper. So we learned this. So we learned that verbs in Sarf, nouns, particles, verbs have patterns. You get the past verb, present verb, and commands. Right? Present, and future are basically the same. You use the same structure. Okay, and then we said you have to have three. So I gave you these cutouts in the description. You just have to print them out for yourself. And then at the beginning, you need to have one. Right. Next lesson, what we're going to learn is we are going to learn about how to make it into dual and plural. Right. So, for instance, like yadribu means he is hitting, or yaktubu means he is writing, and yashrabu means he is drinking. But how would you say they are drinking? Like they men. Let's say there's about 5 men there, and you're saying they are drinking. What would you have to do to that? So that's something we're going to be learning next lesson, inshallah. So I hope you guys have benefit from this. I hope this is something which helped you out, inshallah. I will see you next time. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Yeah. Very much, guys, for watching this video, and again, thank you to all my patrons as well for all your support. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah reward you immensely. If you guys want to become a patron, then links in the description below. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.